Hello everyone. Do you want to learn video editing with motion graphics? Or are you planning to learn Adobe Premiere Pro or After Effects? If you're looking to learn these things, then you are in the absolute right place. So if you're an absolute beginner, or if you never used or opened the video editing and motion software before, then together, let's learn what the video editing and motion will do for you, okay? So let's take a look at what you learn from here. We will use all of the tools of Adobe Premiere Pro. We will use all of the functions of Adobe Premiere Pro. We will also teach you the use of tools of Adobe After Effects, the use of tools or the functions of Adobe After Effects. Okay, and during learning, if you face any problem, then you don't need to worry about it because you will have our full support during learning. So let's not waste any time and start learning Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects together.
Hello everyone. Are you interested in learning Adobe After Effects at all levels from beginner to expert? If you want to study Adobe After Effects from beginner to intermediate levels, you have come to the perfect site. So, this course is ideal for you if you need to acquire sophisticated Adobe After Effects techniques. Here are some of the things that we will be learning and talking about in this course. So, we will talking about the interface of Adobe After Effects and the importing, composition, layering, keyframing, and we'll talk about the main tools of the Adobe After Effects and then pre-composing, masks, and shapes. Every advanced Adobe After Effects use all the Adobe After Effects basic and advanced skills, including all the composition, effect, animation, and many more. Therefore, you can enroll in our course if you wish to increase your knowledge of Adobe After Effects. And if you run into any difficulties while learning, I will be here to support you. So, I am expecting to have you in my next lesson. Thank you. Hello and welcome to another lesson on Adobe After Effects. And today we'll be talking about the interface of the Adobe After Effects tool over here. So this is the interface of the Adobe After Effects tool, and as you can see that it consists of some panels over here, and you can differentiate one panel from another using this blue edged line that is mainly used to differentiate panels. Like I'm selecting this panel right now, but if I want to select another panel, I can select this, and thus you will see that the blue edge line has covered up another box over here like this, which is another panel. So it's the same like this over here. If I select this one again, you'll see that the line has been covering up this box, which is a different panel rather than these two. And here is another panel over here. So this is not just one panel, this is a group of panel over here right now, as you can see regarding all of this. So there are many panels over here, you can use them like this. So right now I'm going to tell you about the interface, and the interface is all of these panels. So sometimes you need to customize the interface on your own, right? So how to do that? To do that, you simply have to use the differentiating panel edge linings over here like this. Okay, so when you select a panel, you can actually customize it. But before customizing it, if you always want your panels to be like this, so before customizing, we simply have to save this layout over here, the layout of the interface. And to do that, you simply have to go to Windows, and as you can see that there is an option called workspace over here. So you select this and you use the default option over here like this. So as you can see that it has changed, and now if you want to know that these are the options that are over here, and the default one is this one. So now I can use a small screen again like this. So as you can see that since I've changed the interface over here, I can go and select Windows again, the workspace, and as you can see I can use this option by selecting reset small screen to save layout like this. And as you can see that it has been saved before and now it has appeared like this. So now if I change it again in anyhow, I can change it back to its default setting. So how to customize a layout to your needs, right? To do that, you simply have to select a panel like this. So for example, I want to work with this panel over here and I want to make it a little bit bigger. So I can use this line over here like this. When your cursor change its icon, you can simply click and drag it like this. As you can see that if I drag it downwards, it's getting bigger, right? So I can put it back to its original place like this. And then what I can do is I can also use it over here like this. So as you can see that I can actually make it bigger and smaller using its length and width and breadth and weight. So what I can do again is I can take it to the edge of the panel over here and you will see that the icon has changed to a 4-direction arrow. So now what I can do is I can change it vertically like this, fully. So I can take it back again like this. I can make it bigger as any way I want. So I really don't like customizing my interface that much. So I'm going to go to my Windows setting and I'm going to use the workspace and the reset small screen to save layout like this. So after I did that, my layout has been set up to the default settings again. So that is how you customize your workspace so easily. You can use any panels like this. You can just make it a little small for that. Like if I want, I can also use these panels over here, as you can see. And also I can make this panel a bigger. I'm sorry. So as you can see that I have also changed the layout like this now. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to go to workspace again and then the small screen to save layout. It's like that easy. So that is how you change your interface or your workspace to customize it on your needs. So right now I'm going to talk about this panel over here, this group of panels that we have over here right now. So what does this panel mainly do? What do you think? This is a group of panels which you will use when so these are the panels which we will mostly use when we were editing anything over here in this panel. So as we know that all the panels are connected together to form a single entity or a video over here or a single composition. So when you're doing a composition over here, you will mostly use all of these panels over here. It will be used to simply edit and put effects or animate the content that you're creating. So these are the panels that will help you. And sometimes it will happen that you will frequently use only a single panel over here. Like for example, you'll use the character panel mostly over here like this. So if you use this one panel over here, you will see that the other panels are closed and sometimes it's great. So what will happen if this didn't work? Let me show you. You can also undo this and do it. You can make sure that you can use multiple panels altogether or only a solo panel. To do that, you simply have to select this option over here, that 3 brick lines over here, and then you can select on it and you will see that there is an option called panel group setting. So you can go over there and you'll see that this solo panels in stack is selected. So what will happen if you unselect it? If you unselect it, you will be able to use multiple panels altogether. So I'm going to undo it like this. As you can see, it's undone. So now what I'm going to do is I can open multiple panels over here like this. See? So this is one of the features that the Adobe After Effects has been using. You can use multiple columns over here, but this is pretty hung up over here right now because when you want to use another panel, you will have to scroll down a little bit and then it will be frustrating. So I prefer the solo panel stock is better. And if you want to use all columns or all panels all together but in a much more efficient way, you can also do it. So you can usually, for example, let me say that this is the tracker panel and I don't need it. So what can I do is I can use this option over here, and then I can select the close panel like this, and you will see that have disappeared. The tracking icon or the panel have disappeared. So you can also get it back over here if you want, and to do that you simply have to go to the window panel over here, and when you select on it, you will have to learn or find where the tracker option is. Over here you will see that there is the tracker option. If I click on it, you will see that the panel has been created again. So there's another way you can make working a much more efficient. For example, I want this and the paragraph, okay, not the paragraph option but the effect and presets option all together. So what I can do is I can simply select this and drag it over here like this. So when you see that I'm dragging it, there will be a lot of purple colored edge linings over here. These are the indication of where my icon or the next panel will be put on or be landing on. So I can put it anywhere like this. So you can put it anywhere like where you think it will be better. So I'm going to put it over here and show you like this. So as you can see that I have created a character panel, and now if I use the effects and presets over here, you will see that I can use both of them in a much more efficient way without scrolling up or down. So now that we have created another panel in another panel like this, you can usually use all of these together right now, as you can see. So what I can also do is I can simply drag my paragraph option over here like this, and I can simply drag it inside this box, the middle one that's highlighted, the purple one, and you will see that it has created some different panels which you can use very easily. And if you want, you can simply make this panel a little bigger like that, and you will see that it became much more easier like this. So these options actually made doing my works much more easier. I can also finish it in a much more efficient way without any problems. So because I can easily select these options over here like this. So if I want character, I can select it, and if I want paragraph, I can select it over here like this. So I can also align the lines over here and make them in a perfect shape. So if I want, I can also add another panel over here in the down part of this panel. So how can I do that? It's actually pretty easy. To do that, let me take an example of the effects and presets. So if I click and drag it over here, you have to make sure that you drop it in the highlighted purple zone in the bottom of the panel like this. So as you can see that a panel has been created over here, which is basically a solo panel, and you can usually use these two panels all together like this. So you can adjust the size in any way you want like this. So if you sometimes you want characters, you can use this panel. If you want paragraph, use this panel. And if you think that some of these panels could be used to work also, but you don't need all of it, you can simply remove them by using close panel. And also remember that you can also select them and make them appear over here again using Windows options, and you can select anyone or any item over here. Also, there is another feature which makes it handy, because sometimes when you are editing a video or who are professional, so now you can also undock one of these panels, and if you want, you can put it on your second monitor that you will have, because some of the professional editors that does editing for a living, they probably have 2 to 3 monitors or multiple monitors to do the editings or using this kind of tools, because when they're editing they require a lot of panels, and to make it much more efficient they need a bigger workspace. So they do that by clicking on this option and using this option known as the undock panel. If I select it, you will see that it has been undocked. Now if you have another monitor, you will simply be able to drag it to that monitor and put it over there, which will make the workspace a little more bigger, and it will be much more efficient to work with 2 monitors or 3 monitors then.